Coming up next on Legal Nurse Podcast, we're going to be talking about a therapy that is wonderfully convenient and can work real well, and that is giving IV fluids and medications in the home environment. But there are also risks associated with that. My guest is an experienced home infusion nurse, Shannon Fenimore. She's also a legal nurse consultant and serves as an expert witness on home IV infusion cases. Shannon, what were some of the things that we covered in your podcast?
So, Pat, we highlighted what IV home infusion is and what circumstances that it would be used, what types of IV access are used at home, who actually hangs the IV, and what type of records are kept as far as home infusion records. And how often does the home care nurse provide infusion and go into the home? And what are the risks of home IV infusion? And what are the clinical reasons why a plaintiff would bring a suit in a home IV infusion circumstance? The risk of not recognizing signs of sepsis or anaphylaxis.
Thank you, Shannon. I know that this is going to be a helpful episode for our listeners who are curious about home IV infusion, what would bring a plaintiff to a plaintiff attorney's office, and some of those clinical implications of providing therapy in this setting. So be sure to click on down below or come back next week for our next episode of Legal Nurse Podcast, when you'll have an opportunity to hear about home IV infusion from Shannon Fenimore. I'll see you then.